3, 2, 1.
Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the Quantum Channel. Enter our world of exciting and convenient shopping from the comfort of your own home. We've plenty of surprises in store, so stay tuned, sit back, and enjoy the shows. We've got a wealth of new ideas just for you. Happy shopping.
It's time to stop believing that ab workouts have to be difficult, time-consuming, and painful. And for those of you who thought you'd never have a taut, firm waist, well, I've got good news. Now, you've got a second chance. Hi, I'm Brenda Dycraft, and I know you've got a lot of choices when it comes to buying an abdominal workout product. I've seen almost all of them, and I've tried many of them. Between you and me, hey, if you're looking for a gimmick, they're out there. But if you're serious about getting back to basics and developing rock-hard abs and a trim, toned waist, well, there's only one choice. It's the Ab Roller Plus. And as far as I'm concerned, it's the last abdominal product you'll ever have to buy. I remember when I first started working out nearly 15 years ago. I was doing sit-ups with my feet under my mom's sofa. Man, things have really changed, haven't they?
Well, I didn't use a sofa, but I was almost as bad. The fact is, for as long as I can remember, I've been trying to develop rock-hard abs. And I have to confess, I've tried almost everything on the market, just hoping for something that really works.
Well, the sad fact is, you're not alone. A lot of us have done some pretty crazy things to trim our waist. The bottom line is, you spent a lot of time and money trying to get a leaner, sexier midsection without seeing any results. Frankly, that's a real shame when a lot of the ab products on the market just don't deliver the benefits they promise.
You're right, and that's really unfortunate, because what we need is help, not hype. When we buy a workout product, we want it to deliver the goods. But what I don't understand, with so many ab products available, why aren't people getting the results they need?
Well, it's because up until now, there hasn't been a good home product that addresses the biggest problem people have every time they do a sit-up. The #1 complaint I hear is not, oh, my abs hurt. It's, I can't believe how much my neck hurts. I mean, I believe that's the reason most people quit their ab program. Watch this. When people do a sit-up, they have to lift their head and shoulders off the floor. Now, this causes strain in their muscles of their neck and shoulders. And you may end up quitting too soon before you get enough of a workout to really make a difference in your abdominals. Let's face it, whenever you do a crunch with your head unsupported, you're actually trying to lift almost 1/3 of your body weight off the floor. Watch this. When you come up in a sit-up, look, I'm lifting about 1/3 of my body weight, and so are you. So if you weigh 150 pounds Think about it. That's nearly 50 pounds you lift up every time you contract your abdominals.
You know, it's no wonder. Some people quit training before their abs have a chance to get a full workout. They're probably fed up with the stress and exertion they feel during each and every rep.
But women still want a small waist. And I don't know one man who likes having his belly hang over his belt.
That's for sure. So to find out what to do about it, we went to one of the world's foremost fitness authorities.
Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
In addition to training professional athletes and Olympic athletes, you've definitely put your theories into practice. I mean, you have won over 30 world record titles. And at the age of 45, he lifted over 1,000 pounds on his back and won the world title in powerlifting. I mean, you've got to have strong abdominals and a strong back, right?
Well, I do, Brenda. You're quite right. You know, but all athletes in any sport needs to have strong abdominals, strong midsection in general. But it's not restricted in importance to athletes. Every man, woman, and child on the face of this earth needs a strong midsection for several very practical reasons. Every time you pick up a child or throw something or serving up a volleyball, everything that you do requires a strong midsection. Don't forget, Brenda, the abdominal midsection area connects your upper body to your lower body. There are several different muscles in the midsection. You have internal and external obliques, you have upper and lower abs, you have erector spinae in the back. Now, most people, as they age, tend to become more and more sedentary, and gravity begins to take its toll. Those inner organs inside your abdominal cavity, they begin to distend out, creating that characteristic pot belly. Now, there's a problem with that. As that pot belly gets bigger and bigger, you've got to compensate for it by leaning back. And that is going to put a lot of stress on those nerves running down through the spinal canal in your lower back. Let me show you some of the versatility of this tremendous device we call the ab roller.
Okay.
Jeremy is going to demonstrate some movements. First of all, notice that his head is resting on a pad.
Right.
No longer is he going to get neck strain from doing regular crunchers. The second thing that you look at is that this is an excellent cruncher because he's getting all of the upper abdominal wall.
Sure.
All right? Unfortunately, this is where most people stop their abdominal training. They think that crunchers does it all, and it doesn't. So we're going to do a little variation here, Jeremy. Lay your legs to the side, and now crunch, and you'll see that we're getting the external obliques on this side, plus the right abdominal.
Right.
Now, Jeremy, feet are straight apart, and now bring your upper and lower body together, way out, and then together. Now we're getting the lower abdominals and the external obliques. It's just a great exercise device.
Ab roller has allowed me to lose 2 inches on my waist, and I'm not done yet. I want to continue.
This time when I measured and when I even put this skirt on today, I'd lost about 2 inches, so I'm very excited.
Well, I've lost 2.5 inches. I'm really amazed, and I love it, and can I keep it?
If you want faster results, if you want to have lean, flat abdominals without having to buy another ab workout product ever, then call now and see why more than 250,000 people have bought the original Ab Roller Plus. The Ab Roller Plus supports your neck and head while it positions your body for correct alignment every time. Even if you've never done a crunch before, the Ab Roller Plus actually helps you lift your head and shoulders so that you fully contract your abs without all the strain from the very first rep to the last. Your head will rest comfortably on the thick pad while neck and shoulder strain is minimized. And now the original Ab Roller Plus comes complete with power stands to give you a sit-up motion unlike anything else. Try the Ab Roller Plus at home for 30 days at no obligation. Check out its extra thick, high-density padding and Health Club quality steel, backed by a 12-month warranty. And if you're not completely satisfied, return it for a full refund. Don't be confused by imitations. Give your body the one that works. The Ab Roller Plus. It's designed for men, women, young and old. And if you order now, we'll include Brenda Digraph's 15-minute workout video at no extra cost. The video leads you step by step through the 5 moves in 5 minutes beginner program. Then move up to the full 10-minute advanced routine. It's what you'll need for the abs you've always wanted. So call now, right now, because it's never too late to start. Get the original Ab Roller Plus, complete with power stands, and get the fastest route to your flattest abs ever. The Ab Roller Plus is available to you now. To place your order, call the number shown on the screen beside your national flag. The price in local currency is shown with the telephone number. If a price for your country is not shown, call your local number for details. With our 30-day money-back guarantee, there's no risk. Order now and you'll receive Brenda Digraph's step-by-step instructional video at no extra cost. The Ab Roller Plus. It's your chance to do something for yourself. Call now.
Now, wait a minute. Stop. I've been watching you, and there's probably a lot of people out there who are seeing this for the first time, and they're probably thinking that you're pulling your head up with your hands.
Oh, no way. I mean, I can do this, watch, with one finger.
Okay.
Impressed?
Yeah?
Now watch, I can even do this without using my hands. Look, my arms are free, right? I mean, it's not my arms that are pulling me up, it's my abs. The only reason I change the position of my arms is to vary my workout and to get full range of motion. I mean, that's the beauty of the ab roller. I mean, I'm not doing anything you can't do, or you can't do at home. I mean, with this product, you don't use your arms like you do with those other workout products.
And hey, let's not forget to tell everyone how the Ab Roller Plus can actually double the benefit of an ab workout. Here, see what I mean? When most people do a sit-up, they contract their abs on the way up. Then on the return, they usually don't have enough strength in their neck to hold the contraction all the way to the floor. But with the Ab Roller Plus, you come up and slowly return, working against gravity. So you get the benefits on the up and the down.
When I brought the ab roller home, my parents kind of looked at it and watched me do it for a while on the TV when I was looking at the videotape and everything. And then they decided to try it. I didn't get a chance to see them, but the next morning they felt the difference. And my father said it was excellent. It didn't bother his shoulders. He has very bad shoulder problems. And my mother has had spinal surgery, and they loved it. I mean, they could use it. My mom hasn't worked out in 10 years.
The ab roller is absolutely fantastic because I had a neck injury in gymnastics and quit in college trying to do any type of exercise that would do my abs because of the pressure on my neck. This thing is fantastic. I've used some expensive exercise equipment in rehab. Nothing compares to this machine. It works the abs and relaxes your neck at the same time.
I really believe that the Ab Roller Plus is a breakthrough for men, women, and the elderly. If you really care about the way you feel and the way you look, then get the Ab Roller Plus today.
Remember at the beginning of the show, we told you that we believed so strongly in the product that we gave the Ab Roller Plus to 20 people just like you. There are no strings, no hype. We just asked for their honest opinions. All they had to do was train at home with the instructional video once a day and not modify their diet.
So at 40, I found myself about 20 pounds overweight, and even though I'm working out 4 days a week, it's just not doing it, especially in my stomach area. These pants I'm wearing right here, 4 weeks ago, they were tight in my lower abdomen, and then right here on my stomach, I mean, in fact, I've lost 3 inches.
I really like to see the muscles being firmer, toning up, because I like to wear really firm, narrow pants, and I like to have that flat belly.
In 4 weeks, I lost 3.5 of my waist and 4.5 on my lower belly, and I'm really excited about it.
I'm sort of disappointed at the way I'm looking at the moment. In a 4-week period of time, 5.5 inches have melted off my waistline, and I just cannot believe how great this piece of equipment is.
The ab roller video kept me totally motivated. I love Brenda's attitude. She's like, get up and go the whole entire time. I didn't want to stop. I finished the whole tape watching her. I'm like, if she can do it, I can do it. I want to look like that.
Since he's been using the ab roller, he has gotten rid of Mr. Flab, and he looks great. He looks better now than he has since we first got married.
The ab roller made me a lot more confident because I felt better about myself and how I looked, and I had a more positive attitude.
I just love the machine. I can't say anything except for the machine is great.
You know, it really is time to stop believing that ab workouts have to be difficult and painful, because now there's the Ab Roller Plus. So for those of you who thought you'd never have a slim, firm waist, well, now you've got that second chance. The Ab Roller Plus in video is a program you'll find easy to get with and stay with. Its breakthrough design places you in the correct position every time. It's like having your own personal trainer. Plus, the curved side rails actually help you raise your head and shoulders up so that you can concentrate on contracting your abs while you rock gently forward and backwards.
And I don't know anyone who doesn't want to have the healthy, sexy look of trimmed, toned abs. You'll look great and feel even better.
During this show, you've heard from real people who got real results. I mean, you watched Joe. He lost 5.5 inches. Pete, he lost 2.5. And you've even watched the women lose 3 inches and 2 inches. They've lost those inches in 30 days. You know what? They got tremendous results. And so can you. All it takes is a little bit of effort and the right product. So make the call today, because I believe the Ab Roller Plus is your answer.
If you want faster results, if you want to have lean, flat abdominals without having to buy another ab workout product ever, then call now and see why more than 250,000 people have bought the original Ab Roller Plus. The Ab Roller Plus supports your neck and head while it positions your body for correct alignment every time. Even if you've never done a crunch before, the Ab Roller Plus actually helps you lift your head and shoulders so that you fully contract your abs without all the strain from the very first rep to the last. Your head will rest comfortably on the thick pad while neck and shoulder strain is minimized. And now the original Ab Roller Plus comes complete with power stands to give you a sit-up motion unlike anything else. Try the Ab Roller Plus at home for 30 days at no obligation. Check out its extra thick, high-density padding and Health Club quality steel, backed by a 12-month warranty. And if you're not completely satisfied, return it for a full refund. Don't be confused by imitations. Give your body the one that works. The Ab Roller Plus. It's designed for men, women, young and old. And if you order now, we'll include Brenda Digraph's 15-minute workout video at no extra cost. The video leads you step by step through the 5 moves in 5 minutes beginner program. Then move up to the full 10-minute advanced routine. It's what you'll need for the abs you've always wanted. So call now, right now, because it's never too late to start. Get the original Ab Roller Plus, complete with power stands, and get the fastest route to your flattest abs ever. The Ab Roller Plus is available to you now. To place your order, call the number shown on the screen beside your national flag. The price in local currency is shown with the telephone number. If a price for your country is not shown, call your local number for details. With our 30-day money-back guarantee, there's no risk. Order now and you'll receive Brenda Digraph's step-by-step instructional video at no extra cost. The Ab Roller Plus. It's your chance to do something for yourself. Call now.
If for any reason I'm not satisfied, they give me an immediate refund. Why worry? I trust Quantum. That's why I keep shopping with them.
Stay tuned. You're going to find out what revolutionary new fishing lure caught every fish in this huge bass tank at the biggest outdoor show in the East.
They probably will outlaw this. They're going to have to outlaw it. After all these fish was catching in the tank, I'll tell you, there won't be a fish left in the world.
And what caught virtually every major game fish on the North American continent in only 30 days of fishing.
I've never seen a bait that would do all this.
And you're going to be stunned, thrilled, and totally amazed in its lifelike action and its ability to catch fish.
It's just so lifelike. I've never seen a, plastic lure that it's amazing, totally amazing.
And hear why professional fishermen and fishermen everywhere are absolutely convinced it's the most significant advancement in fishing technology in almost 50 years.
This bait is phenomenal. It is totally phenomenal. I've never seen nothing like it.
This will definitely change fishing. This lure is beyond its time.
Hello everyone, I'm Ken Carey. I'm not a professional fisherman, but I love to fish. And if you do too, stick around, because in the next half hour, you're going to hear terms like random movement, spastic action, and neutral buoyancy. And then we'll learn about genetic response and how this significant discovery in fishing technology can actually make fish bite. The simple fact is, this will change the way people will fish forever.
Introducing the Banjo Minnow, the world's first and only genetic response fishing lure. The only fishing lure that can actually make fish bite. A fishing lure that is both radical in design and concept. A fishing lure that zigs, zags, jumps, and dives in all directions, while the lure itself swims, wiggles, flutters, and quivers with absolute random action. It will catch virtually every game fish in the world, whether it is a giant freshwater pike in northern Canada or a saltwater redfish on a Florida flat.
We caught 26 stripers in a row, 26 casts, 26 stripers, and you should have seen the expressions of the guys' faces in the other boats. It was unbelievable.
I was just absolutely amazed. I couldn't believe it.
Hello, everybody. I'm Bill Dance. And I've been fishing nearly all my life and hosted my own television fishing show for the past 26 years. In all that time, I've only seen a handful of products or innovations that I felt were truly revolutionary. Well, I'm here to tell you that the Banjo Minnow and the Banjo fishing system is all of that and more. It's going to open up a whole new approach to fishing. The ideas and concepts behind the system are so simple, yet so effective. They're going to let a lot of folks who have always had a hard time catching fish, catch fish as well as the pros.
Wayne Huckmeyer is co-inventor of the Banjo Minnow, and the concepts behind the Banjo Minnow helped him to become a winning tournament fisherman.
Wayne, the idea of a minnow seems so simple. Why a minnow? How did the Banjo Minnow get started?
Kenny Dobbin and I are both fishing guides. We fish for a living. I'm also a tournament fisherman. We wanted to create an artificial bait that fished as well as live bait. And we believe the reason live bait always outfished conventional fishing lures was that conventional fishing lures didn't look like a real minnow and they didn't swim like a real minnow. They actually looked like a cartoon minnow and they move with a mechanical or repetitive action. We worked for 2 years to perfect this movement, to make it lifelike. When we had succeeded in doing this, we went to Joe Ranowski, who we considered to be the master of making lifelike fishing lures. He took our minnow, he put scales on it, he put gills on it, he put translucency and sparkle, and he made a minnow that looked like a real fish. Joe's final creation, when placed side by side with various types of live bait, is remarkable. And if you put it in the water, it's almost impossible to tell them apart.
That's why it works so well. It looks like it's alive when you work it, okay?
Joe Ranowski has been designing and manufacturing fishing lures for over 25 years, and it was his design that caught the largest largemouth bass in the past 60 years. 21 pounds, 12 ounces.
We've taken and put the white area on the bottom. That's all perfected inside the minnow. We put the translucencies on top, and we've taken and put the glitters inside of there, okay? Nobody can do that with their minnow like we've done it.
When we created the illusion of a real live minnow, we greatly increased the amount of strikes we got over conventional lures. The limitation was the fish had to be hungry. If they weren't hungry, they still ignored our bait because they see minnows all the time swimming. And although ours was real, they just thought it was another swimming fish. And that's when we discovered what we call the genetic response. We found out if we made the Banjo Minnow have a spastic action of a crippled dying minnow, that these predator fish came alive. It didn't matter what type of fish they were. It was almost hypnotic to them. They moved to the minnow and they ate it because they're genetically programmed to eat crippled dying minnows. And we found out we had made a fishing lure that actually made fish bite even if they weren't hungry. I fished it and I went from where I used to finish way down to winning $5,000 tournaments, $10,000 tournaments, and it was on not even a bait this good, it was a prototype of the Banjo Minnow. And
you're convinced that's what got you to that point?
Well, I know it is. I mean, that's what I was winning the tournaments on.
Banjo Minnow co-inventor Ken Dauber has studied fish behavior all of his life and has been a fishing guide for over 15 years. His knowledge of fish behavior led to the discovery of genetic response.
That's the one area where our lure just separates and goes into a whole new era of fishing lures. And when that minnow does that twitch in the water when he's laying there, they can't help themselves. They've never seen this in a fishing lure before. There's nothing in the industry that does it. And our lure gets eaten, and that's why it catches fish.
What I really noticed was the hook in the front of the minnow. Why do you put it there?
It makes the minnow come alive. We took the hook out of the fish, which in essence took the backbone out. And literally what it did is made plastic swim. That was the beginning, because when we saw what we had done, we said, that looks like a real minnow. It doesn't wobble or spin around like a blade. It really looks like a real minnow. And that was the big, big secret. The hook is right up in front. When the fish swims off, he hooks himself. Virtually 99% of the fish that we caught on this and caught on film all did the same thing. They either took the bait from the head or they just inhale the whole bait so that everything went right into the fish's mouth. Well, when you struck or pulled, the first thing coming out is the fish hook. There's nothing in the way to stop the hooking of it, and it is just a tremendously positive hooking system.
The hook is right at the nose of the bait where the bass is going to suck it in, and the minute he sucks it in, the hook is in his mouth.
The action of the lure is just incredible. And when the bass in particular bite it, they bite it from the front and they get hooked. I've not missed a fish on the Banjo Minnow.
Another feature I like about the Banjo Minnow is this unique weed guard. Just a slight amount of pressure against that will spring this open, and the line pull and the hook point are in line for better contact. And with the Banjo Minnow, with the hook placed where it is, your strike-catch ratio is going to be tremendous. And there's no question in my mind, it will catch you more fish.
The Banjo Weed Guard allows you to fish in all types of vegetation, whether it is dollar pads or giant cow lilies in Florida, or even over the top of a grass mat for presentation in small openings. It can be Carolina rigged and dragged over rocks or logs without getting hung up. The Banjo Minnow and Banjo Weed Guard put you right where the big fish are, and where most people avoid or simply cannot fish.
What do you say to the person who says, I'm just not convinced?
And all I can say is look at the footage that we went out and got. We said we're going to go all over North America and actually video fish coming up and striking or eating the Banjo Minnow. And we gave ourselves 30 days of fishing to do it.
This kind of fishing challenge has never been attempted. Can the 30-day fishing tour using only the Banjo Minnow catch fish from all over North America? We'll see. Now it's time to change your luck forever and make fish bite for you.
Introducing the Banjo Minnow, the world's first genetic response fishing lure. The lure that can make fish bite even when they're not hungry. The Banjo Minnow comes in a complete 110-piece fishing system that includes 24 weedless banjo fish hooks, from small crappie hooks to large live bait hooks for fishing in the grass. The patent-pending Banjo weedless nose hook is screwed directly into the front of the bait, allowing the Banjo Minnow to be thrown anywhere. In the trees, over logs, on top of docks, or through the reeds. No more piles of grass and no more fear of fishing where the big ones are. The Banjo Minnow weedless hook system is the best weedless hook system ever invented. The kit includes 10 banjo corkscrews for attaching the bait to the hook, 20 rubber weed guards, 10 bait positioning O-rings, 6 bait weights for deep water presentation, 2 banjo rattles that can be screwed into any plastic bait to call fish from a distance, 2 nose weights which allow the Banjo Minnow to be dragged on the bottom and through the grass, 6 counterbalance weedless banjo jigs in 3 different sizes. Because the jig always stands up, you can fish the Banjo Minnow in a stand-up feeding position and crawl it over rocks and logs where the big fish hide. And finally, 24 Banjo Minnows in 3 different sizes in 4 fantastic colors. The Banjo Minnow will outfish any lure that you've ever used, or we'll give you your money back. Call and order now and you'll receive Catch the Big One, the how-to video that shows you exclusive tips and techniques on how to trigger the genetic response so that you can catch more and bigger fish. But you must call now. And as a special bonus, you'll also receive 4 banjo frogs, so lifelike they make fish jump out of the water. The video and the banjo frogs are yours when you order now. This entire 110-piece banjo lure fishing system is available to all our viewers now. To get your banjo fishing system, including the Catch the Big One video, call the number shown on screen beside your national flag. For faster service, have your credit card ready. You'll catch more and bigger fish than ever before with the Banjo Minnow. And with our 30-day money-back guarantee, there's no risk. Now you can turn all your fishing trips into great fishing trips with the Banjo Lure fishing system. Call now.
You're about to see something that has never been seen before. Actual strikes caught on camera by almost every game fish in North America.
We began our 30-day tour at Hatchet Lake Lodge in Saskatchewan, Canada, where I caught the biggest pike of my life. Whoa! There is Moby Pike. Just a tremendous surface strike.
Joe went to western Pennsylvania and caught this giant rainbow trout. This was the first of 3 major trout species that live in streams that he caught. Kenny Daubert went to the saltwater flats of Florida and caught this beautiful redfish. This beautiful brook trout fell for a 3-inch Banjo Minnow.
Beautiful color.
Kenny stayed on the Florida flats and took a big sea trout. I ended my stay at Hatchet Lake Lodge by catching a walleye, and then followed it up with the first jumping lake trout that I have ever seen. This monster brown trout completed a grand slam by Joe on the major freshwater trout species. Joe met Kenny in Florida, where Joe took this snook. Just to prove the Banjo Minnow would catch all sizes of fish, Joe went after crappie and then bluegill in Florida.
So you just jerk it, it's that flashing, kicking, dying minnow. Right after it, you get the hook up, right like that.
In February of 1996, the Banjo Minnow was demonstrated for the first time in front of a live audience at one of the largest fishing shows on the East Coast. These folks have seen and been promised just about everything when it comes to fishing, until Wayne demonstrated the Banjo Minnow and the genetic response reaction and showed the audience how the Banjo Minnow can actually make fish bite.
What I'm gonna do is try to take it up the tank, easy. How many hits? There's 1. There it is, 2, again and again. They just have to bite it. But I can't make them let go of it. There's another one, 3 on 1 cast. You just give it a yank, it takes off in a certain direction, you let it die, and all of a sudden you feel a tug on the line. He has to bite. These fish will come up and look at it real close, and they just are fooled, and when that kicks off, they go, that's it, and they can't resist. Just like that. They're convinced it's real, they're programmed to eat it, and they eat it.
Even though he was doing the fish, I watched the lure, and it worked every time. It worked every time. That's how I was amazed at.
And then you've got 25 or 30 fish in here, and it literally catch every one of them with one specific lure. It's just unbelievable. Just totally unbelievable.
They know it isn't food, but they're genetically programmed to grab a dying fish, so they have to.
To prove that anyone can catch fish with the Banjo Minnow, we asked a man to come up out of the audience and catch a fish with only 1 cast. And this was after dozens of other lures have been through the tank with no results.
So I've never had anybody else try to do this, but I know what the lure is. You just let it sink, just jerk it a little, and then watch it. Just jerk it quick. That's it. Now let it sink. Let it sink. Little tap, tap, tap. There. Here they come. Here they go. He got it. He got it.
I'd say to the guy at home, believe it or not, I got picked up out of the audience, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I really did, and that's no bull.
With those kinds of reactions from the crowd at Harrisburg, I asked Wayne what makes the Banjo Minnow so irresistible to fish.
It looks just like a real minnow. It has a lifelike appearance. 2, it is neutrally buoyant. It neither floats to the surface or goes crashing to the bottom. 3, it has random directional action. It goes up, down, sideways, all over the place. 4, it has random body movement. The body of the fish actually moves. And 5 is when it dies, it doesn't move at all. The same way a real dying minnow looks. These 5 things combined make this like no other lure in the world. And so anybody in the world can catch fish with the Banjo Minnow.
I've been bass fishing professionally for 22 years. I've won over 300 bass tournaments. And in 22 years of bass fishing professionally, I'll tell you, I've never, ever seen a bait that has excited me and shown me the capabilities of what I've been missing all these years, like the Banjo lure. I mean, this bait is phenomenal. It is totally phenomenal. I've never seen nothing like it.
The Banjo Minnow, with this type of hooking system, as well as the whole Banjo fishing system, is very innovative, and there's no question in my mind it will catch you more fish.
Introducing the Banjo Minnow, the world's first genetic response fishing lure. The lure that can make fish bite even when they're not hungry. The Banjo Minnow comes in a complete 110-piece fishing system that includes 24 weedless banjo fish hooks, from small crappie hooks to large live bait hooks for fishing in the grass. The patent-pending Banjo weedless nose hook is screwed directly into the front of the bait, allowing the Banjo Minnow to be thrown anywhere. In the trees, over logs, on top of docks, or through the reeds. No more piles of grass and no more fear of fishing where the big ones are. The Banjo Minnow weedless hook system is the best weedless hook system ever invented. The kit includes 10 banjo corkscrews for attaching the bait to the hook, 20 rubber weed guards, 10 bait positioning O-rings, 6 bait weights for deep water presentation, 2 banjo rattles that can be screwed into any plastic bait to call fish from a distance, 2 nose weights which allow the Banjo Minnow to be dragged on the bottom and through the grass, 6 counterbalance weedless banjo jigs in 3 different sizes. Because the jig always stands up, you can fish the Banjo Minnow in a stand-up feeding position and crawl it over rocks and logs where the big fish hide. And finally, 24 Banjo Minnows in 3 different sizes in 4 fantastic colors. The Banjo Minnow will outfish any lure that you've ever used, or we'll give you your money back. Call and order now and you'll receive Catch the Big One, the how-to video that shows you exclusive tips and techniques on how to trigger the genetic response so that you can catch more and bigger fish. But you must call now. And as a special bonus, you'll also receive 4 banjo frogs. So lifelike, they make fish jump out of the water. The video and the banjo frogs are yours when you order now. This entire 110-piece banjo lure fishing system is available to all our viewers now. To get your banjo fishing system, including the Catch the Big One video,